Okay, let me see if I can go in the window. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody see me? Damn, I gotta sit in the window. This a mess. Anybody there? Can you guys see me? You see me? You guys see that Medea one? You see me? We see each other. Okay. All right, let's try this again, guys. Okay. Hi. Ooh, it's hot. Okay.
See you.
You know what? Now I had.
Hi.
You know what? It's a damn shame. I just gotta sit back. It's a damn shame. Hi, everybody. What's up, everybody? Happy
Hello.
to see me. I was just telling Camellia how I decided to run a media company with Trash Ass Media. And she was like, I can't see you. So I'm like,
Mhm,
ugh. All right.
mhm.
So I'm happy everybody came back. If you don't already know, if you're new to this is called Girl Tell Me Something. My name is Nikki Frias. I am the creator of girltellme.com. We are a website that publishes, empowers, makes women feel good about themselves, connects them in all different ways. And Girl Tell Me is just the extension of that. We talk a little shit. We get to know people. We learn different things. And this is where we at. So we have met today the beautiful Camellia.
Hi, Nikki. Ba, ba, ba,
What's up?
ba.
I'm so excited. I was telling Camellia once before we got off, and now we back. How I meet so many people on this platform, and we talk and everything like that, but just kind of seeing it in the face, in the flesh,
Yeah,
is so much more exciting. So
yeah. It
it's
makes it real, right?
it makes it real. It gives it
Hmm.
spirit. It gives it,
Yeah.
So, girl, we got a lot to talk about. Where you want
Yes,
to
we
start?
do. Well, we're talking about aha moments, right?
We are talking about aha moments, but let everybody know about you. Talk maybe a little bit about what you got going on. I always tell everybody plug your shit. Plug your shit. So get out there, talk about everything, maybe projects, and then we'll talk about some aha moments.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Nikki, for having me on. My name is Camellia Varnado. I am a speaker, author. I've written about 5 books. Two are
Ooh,
children books about bullying. So I love to speak to women, to people everywhere I go. I don't mean a stranger because I think there's an importance of words, and we're going to talk about that with aha moments. So one of my biggest projects right now, Nikki, and it's something that it's new. I'm in uncomfortable territory. You know about that.
perfect.
Yeah, and I'm doing my first fiction book. So all of my other books are nonfiction. So they're all about me, all about what's going on with me, what went on with me, and how I use everything that went on with me to help other people. So
Okay.
this is my first time writing this fiction book where I get to just let it loose,
Let
talk
that
about
free.
whatever I want to.
Oh shit.
You know,
That's
you live in that dream world. Like,
yeah.
man, if I was in that situation, I would say it like this, I would do it like that. I would give it one of them those looks, all that. So I get to do that in this book. But
That's
switching over from nonfiction to fiction is different. It's very different.
gosh, yeah.
So that's my biggest project right now. So I'm like in the draft mode of my manuscript and working with my editor and all of that. So stay tuned on that,
Um,
right?
let me tell you, I don't know why, but I got chills when you said that shit because that sounds so like I'm trying to be like you when I grow up. And I think that you've written 5 books, 2 children book, and now you're working on a fiction.
Yeah,
My gosh.
yeah. Well, Nikki, you're on your way. You're on your
Girl,
way. You
girl, don't play with me.
you
I'm there.
are.
I can
Yeah.
I can but I will tell you, just building my tribe around strong women like you that have been there, that I'm like, yo, I'm trying to be on that Camellia tip. It's there. So you are an inspiration.
Oh, thank
Damn,
you.
I don't know. I'm gonna tell you, fiction scares the shit out of me because I'm an overthinker and there's like too many options, too many possibilities.
Yeah. I think as women, Nikki, we have too many. We have so many different scenarios. Because remember, we could think of 3 or 4 different scenarios on how to handle something before the first one plays out, right? So when you're talking about fiction, you gotta when you're trying to write all that down and figure out which character is gonna say that and which is gonna say the other thing. I mean, that's why I said it's kind of challenging,
Um,
but I like it. I
yeah,
like it,
yeah.
so.
Is it gonna be in regards to fiction? Like what kind of fiction?
It's going to be more of a woman's genre. So it's still going to be in the same scheme of what my passion is. My passion is about hope. I want, when me and you meet, I want you to remember my name. I want something I said or did to impact you, right? So, and that's just part of me. So, one thing I always say is hope beyond what you see, right? So, something is always bigger than what it looks like, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
That's a
So,
gem.
it's good. It's really good when you apply it in any situation, Nikki. Any
Yeah,
situation.
beyond what
What you see.
you see. I'm gonna get
Yeah.
that was good. I always tell when it's something real good, I say I'm gonna get that tatted on my back.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Listen,
Don't
and
do
you know what the damn I don't have any tattoos. All the times I get tats, oh my gosh, I would be just up to my neck with shit, with just gems of like the things that I've met in my journey of people like you who say shit and I'm like, oh, like you know, you're watching a rap battle and someone hits a bar and you're like, oh, it's like
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Like that. See,
it's
I
like
don't have any tattoos either. And I was actually thinking about it, but if I got a tattoo, I would probably have to take my oldest daughter because I told her the whole time when she was growing up, you're not getting any tattoos. You're not tattooing your body. Nikki, I tell you, when that girl turned 18, she was just tatted up. So she got this little beautiful body, just
it's your
walking
fault.
around with all that money all tatted all over,
It's your
because,
fault. That's on
yeah,
you.
because I
You know
told her not to, right?
exactly. You know what's funny though is once you get a tattoo, she gonna say that to you. Don't get it. You can't get a tattoo. She gonna be like, watch.
Yeah, she gonna say, I know you're not. I know you're not. You're not getting a tattoo. Not after all you didn't put me through. No, you're not.
Watch.
That's
I'll
why I'm gonna take her with me, Nikki.
take her with you.
Yeah,
Take her with you.
yeah,
And make
yeah, yeah.
her hand. Make
Hmm.
her hold your hand.
She would have to. She would have to because I heard it's painful.
Goodness. Well,
Yeah.
listen, I want to hear about your other books. I want to hear about your journey.
Okay.
Um, do you want to talk a little bit about your other books because it is your previous experience, or you want
Hmm.
to get right into the meat? You want to talk about aha moments and just changing everybody's life?
Let's kind of mix it up like gumbo. Let's just put it all in there together. How about
Okay.
that?
Yeah. Okay. Your question is, when was your aha moment? What do you constitute as an aha moment? And where you at with this?
Okay. I'm gonna switch it if you don't mind. Okay.
This is your world, girl. This is yours.
Okay. So let's switch it. So I told you a little bit about me.
Hmm.
I want to hear a little bit about you because I want to see where you can see where this is going to tie into the aha moment.
You about to blow
So
my mind.
tell me.
Okay. Okay.
So tell me, Nikki, how did you get started with your whole podcast?
With Girltellme.
Yeah.
I tried different layers of trying to get where I had to go. And I was in a really bad situation
Hmm.
and I wasn't happy. And I kept on telling myself, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And then it was that moment when I didn't have anything standing in my way.
Hmm.
And my excuses came from, I can't do this because to like, I just haven't done it because of no, I had no explanation as to why I haven't done it.
Right.
And I'm one of those people that like, I get tired of making excuses for my damn self. I've had it
Uh-huh.
before where I had one aha moment, had nothing to do with it, but I was talking to somebody and I said, I'm going to lose 5 pounds. I'm going to lose
Hmm.
5 pounds.
Hmm.
And one day they looked at me and they were like, you've been saying that for how long and you still haven't lost it? And that was,
Uh,
I was like, shit,
hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So
Yep.
it's kind of the same thing with Girltellme.
Hmm.
Girltellme happened on accident. It was a blog. I had some people that were like, I would love to do something like that. And I was like,
Hmm.
I'll give you a platform. Put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah.
That's a good question, though. I need to figure out my aha moment with Girltellme. I just kept making excuses for it until one day I was like, I'm not happy with my life. Why the fuck am I holding off on something?
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I mean, I guess it just literally manifested from me being like, let me put you on. And
Yeah.
before you know it, I got a fucking platform and I get messages all the time like you inspired me. And I'm like, inspired? Where the
Uh-huh.
fuck did this? So listen, when I tell you I'm faking it till I make it, that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the key. That's what an aha moment is, right? It makes you a true aha moment will change the trajectory of your life because it propels you to action. It makes you want to do something. So you kept on saying, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, right? And then
Yeah.
finally you just said, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
So did you ever hear that saying? I used to hear when I was little. I also used to tell it to my oldest daughter: "Sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me."
Hmm.
Now that is the biggest lie,
I was about,
because words will hurt you, and what we tell ourselves, that is impactful. So I
yeah,
like how you kept saying, "I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this." It doesn't matter how long it take you to do it, Nikki, as long as you do it.
that's
But
true.
you're going to get tired of you hearing yourself saying, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And it's going to make you do it. And that transforms into your aha moment. Like,
Yeah.
you know what? Let's just do it. What's the worst that could happen, right?
You know what though? Honestly, like I was telling people, and people who follow my journey kind of know my story, but when I
Mhm.
moved to New York I saved up enough money more responsibly, but when I moved to New York by myself
Wow.
and literally was like, fuck it, we have nothing else
Hmm.
to lose,
Hmm.
just it changed my life.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
now I'm not fearful of nothing.
Yeah.
I'll be at a job, and I'm like, I don't need this. If I'm not happy, I'll find something else. I'll figure it out. And then my homegirl goes, bitch, you got a mortgage. I'm like, I hear you, but kind of losing that fear has changed my life completely. Once I moved to New York and just had to hustle by myself, everything that I do, I'm like, what's the worst that happens? Every single
Grow
time.
up, right? It makes you grow up.
It
Your
does.
true aha moment. That's where it's like, you know what? I could do this.
But you know what, it's a good and a bad thing though, because when you don't have that sense of fear,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
sometimes you can get a little reckless.
Hmm.
Now luckily I'm at a place where I'm like, I need health care,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
you are not fearful of taking chances on yourself.
Right. Right.
And you start to think differently and you align yourself with different people and you get to a
Hmm.
full circle moment where you're like, this is so beneath me. Not in a
Right.
bougie, uppity way, but just like,
Right.
I'm just past this.
Right.
I
Right.
can't, so those aha moments they change your life.
Yeah. Yeah. It helps you discover who you really are.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
When you get tired of doing the same thing that's not producing what you really want, who you were created to be, you know, you'll get tired of it. And
Oh,
those aha moments will make you just like, I'm just gonna do it. That's what happened with my books. Well, I mean, my first book was written because I was journaling because my first husband died of stomach cancer. He was only 37. So
wow.
yeah. So I didn't, so there's no young widows club. There's no widows that were like in their 30s. So no one really to support, talk to me, help me with my daughter. So I just started writing.
Yeah.
So the writing is what healed me. So I thought that was just going to be a journal of all of these thoughts and feelings that I was going through. No, that turned out to a book. And that book has literally, I still get people who have read the book and said, your book really transformed my life. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you for writing it. But do you realize how many people are affected by your choice to get it done? You
No,
said people come to you and say, "Oh, you're such an inspiration. I'll give you a platform." How many people are you helping when you do this, Nikki? That,
girl. No, it's
yeah,
intimidating.
yeah. No, no. This is like it ought to be like, yeah, yeah. Let's keep
I
it
mean,
going.
I'm getting there, but
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
that's just
yeah.
scary. Like, it's a lot of pressure.
That's the part when you doing it afraid though.
Oh yeah,
Doesn't it take courage, right?
it
It
does.
it takes courage. It's
It really
not because life is not for the scaredy cats.
is not. That's crazy though that you were talking about the journal becoming a book because
Hmm.
I went through some shit like 4 or 5 years ago. I got a divorce, which was a
Hmm.
little bit hairy.
Hmm.
And I remember writing in a journal, and I had a girlfriend of mine that ran her own platform. She actually works for Instagram. Shout her out.
Okay. Hmm.
Um, but
Hey.
I remember I was talking to her, and she said to me, like, your journal is your book.
Hmm.
And I was like, really? And she was
Yeah.
your journal is your book. So, I mean, the last Girl Tell Me episode we had, we were talking about how journaling is so vital because that is just like a mind dump. It's just
Yeah.
a complete dump
Yeah.
on your, of your thoughts, and that can just turn into anything. So,
Right.
wow.
That means you got a book, Nikki, in you, and it's just sitting there.
Listen, Camellia, I had my first draft on October 31st. It's done. I'm almost.
I'm so happy for you.
Don't play.
That's
It's fucking
good.
scary, but we getting there. So I'm excited about it. I mean, like I said, it's kind of what you said. The funny thing is, though, I reread my journal after I've been kind of pretty much healed from everything. And I'm like, who the fuck is this bitch? She is so sad. Like, I was like, who is this person? I didn't even recognize her.
Yeah, exactly. Because I know I have read some of my books and I'm like, man, I went through some stuff. What in the world? But it's the same way we feel. Others are feeling the same way. So that's the same thing that's going to happen when they read your book, Nikki.
You know
Girl,
what?
I'm so proud of you.
Listen, let me tell you, though. You know what's funny? And let me tell you if this has happened to you. Like, because you wrote your book, you've kind of grown past it, you've kind of came into your own, had your aha moment, and now you're a different person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does sometimes it feel like it's never happened?
Yeah. It feels like it is a distant, something that happened way back in my past. I don't even recognize that. I acknowledge it because it's important to acknowledge where you've been and where you come from. But it does seem like it was a lifetime ago. A lifetime ago.
Isn't that crazy?
It is. That shows healing.
I tell people all the time, I'm like, sometimes I forget I was even married.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that.
listen, I'm just saying though, like, I just look at that person and I'm like, that is not who I am as a person. Like, that is just like such a different
Yeah. Yeah.
where I was and where I am. Like, damn, that's crazy. Anyways, okay. So when was your aha moment?
So my aha moment, I've had several of them. So
tell me your favorite.
My favorite, I think, is the power of words. I go back to the power of words. How when my oldest daughter was 8 years old, I told her, Nikki, I said, so at that time I was single parent. I said, you're going to go to college free. Free. You're going to have a scholarship. Mommy's not going to have to pay for anything because mommy didn't have any money. So when she was 8 years old, Nikki, all the way up until she graduated from high school, I told her, you're gonna go to college free. So I wasn't saving money. I couldn't save money. Didn't have any money to save. I was making money to live for me and her.
Yeah.
But do you know, she was 8 when I started telling her that. I guess about 11, 12 probably is when she really started believing it and expecting it. So she's like, yeah, I'm going to college free. It transformed her. So I think my favorite was when I saw how she grabbed a hold of what I was saying about her, and it just played out in her life.
That's amazing.
That's outstanding.
I know.
Because it resounds about the power of our words and what we say about ourselves. How you kept saying, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. Let's keep on saying this. Let's keep on saying these things about ourselves and what we want to do so we can become who we want to become. And get rid of all of the trash, because you have to say, I like how you said, I could do this. Because we have to talk to ourselves. We're not crazy just because we talk to ourselves.
No.
I do it quite often. I can talk myself off of a ledge pretty good.
It's healthy.
Yeah, I would say so too.
I mean, it is healthy. Some of the deepest conversations I've had with my damn self.
Me too. Me too. It's been, okay, I'm going to go take a walk. And as I'm taking a walk, and then, had this ever happened to you, Nikki? So you had already talked it out in your head, and you're just like, okay, I'm good. I got it out. Like you said, a mind dump. You just dump it out. And then it just feels like you've already talked about it to somebody.
Yeah.
You're like, didn't I? And I can bring it up to my now current husband. I say, you remember what I was talking about earlier? He's like, what? No. I was, oh, maybe that was me.
Girl, you and yourself and strangers mixed up. See, you telling
I
her.
get it mixed up like, okay, that was something that I said.
Oh
But
my,
it is important
yeah.
to share those, to share those dreams. And you know what? You got to have a good fan base. So I like what you said about the people, you surrounding yourself around that network of women, of men, doesn't matter who it is, but as long as they celebrate you, because you need that. I mean,
Oh
you
gosh.
can be your own cheerleader, yes, of course, but then you also need that support of family, friends. You know, sometimes you need that friend to say, girl, stop all that. You're fine. You're making headway. And then, not let you sit in that little pity party. Because
You.
we can sit there, right?
Oh my
We
God.
Yeah, we can get there real quick, but we
I'm gonna
got to
tell
get out of those pity parties
I
because you were
I
suffocated.
I can be the most toxic person to myself. And it's crazy
Yeah.
because literally, like, the one thing I have been gifted with is having great people around me, even
Mm,
through this platform, that have just held me down.
yeah.
Because I will talk myself into not doing shit in a heartbeat. I'll be like, no,
Mm-hmm.
it's not gonna work. It's not gonna happen. It's
Right.
not, and it really is what they say. Like, you are your biggest obstacle.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
first one, I have an idea, talk myself right out of it in like a minute span.
Yeah. Yeah. And that aha moment, I think another thing that's key is when you have these moments is to write them down. That's
Oh,
all part of journaling as well. So
I
you
know.
can have that moment, and you know what happened? You'll have that moment, and you're like, because it could happen at any time. It can happen while you're driving. It can happen when you're cleaning. It can happen when you're in an aisle in the store. I mean, anywhere, cleaning your car. It's important to write it down because guess what? We'll say, oh, yeah, I remember it. I have learned to start writing that stuff down because I could then get to a spot where I'm going to go write in my journal. And then I'm like, oh, now how did that go? Now, what was I going to do? And then can't remember the exact words because you want to remember the exact words on how it came, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
that's where the impact is.
Yep.
It's
You
like
know,
it's
I
like
have,
some.
I have a good aha moment. I got to get this off my chest.
Okay, come on, share it with me.
So before I moved to New York, I was really scared about moving to New York.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm not going to do it. I set a date. I got a second job. I saved up a good amount of money. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
nope, I'm not going to do it. I'm too scared.
Mm-hmm.
And one day when I was having like one of the hardest days, I got in my car, and this is when Pandora was lit, okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the first song that came on was Frank Sinatra's New York, New York.
Wow. What did you do?
I shit bricks. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I really just marveled in it. I sat in it and I was like, okay, the universe has spoken. I
I'm
got
going
you.
to New York.
I'm going. I gotta go.
Right.
I can't
Right.
not go.
Right.
That was a good aha moment. But that is true. You do need to write them down. You have to remember them because I have so many and I'm struggling with, like even the one about Girltellme. I'm like, when did I decide to really make this a thing? And when did but I did the same thing you did, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh you created an atmosphere, you created a book, you created a narrative of
Mm-hmm.
something that you didn't see,
Mm-hmm.
something that you were finding holes in. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's what makes niches so necessary, right?
That's
Because
exactly right.
I was pitching everywhere and I'm trying to write for free and nobody's
Mm-hmm.
even writing me emails back. And I'm
Right.
like, this is crazy.
Right.
And a girlfriend on the phone was talking about support system that literally was like, be the change you seek. And I was,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you wrote this book and you have
Yeah.
people now that can't, there are some people in your narrative, in your journey that literally would say, I didn't have, that community. And then I
Mm-hmm.
read her book.
Right. Right.
And
Right.
I
Right.
And that is the power of words.
Yes, that's exactly right. They will literally change your life, Nikki. They will. Well, and here's the cap for the good or the bad. Now you choose. You choose which narrative you want. You want the good or you want the bad. So
Yeah.
we do have to be very wise within our choices. Very wise. But here's another way how how aha moments work. You wrote the book, you're in your first draft. Things just start lining up. You just find somebody just happens to cross your path and say, "Oh yeah, I'll edit your book for you." "Oh yeah, you don't have a cover design?" "Oh yeah, I'll take it. I got the perfect cover design for you." "Oh yeah, you need an avenue to publish it?" "Oh, I got the greatest person to get in contact with you. Hook up with that person." All that, I'm telling you, all of those are strings of aha moments.
Yeah.
Strings. And
Yep.
it is phenomenal, Nikki, when you apply them. You have to apply that pressure when it's happening. When it's happening. Yes.
Built
Be-
for this.
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, right.
Okay.
That's what you got to tell yourself. And you got to apply the pressure to do it. Because if you sit on it, guess what? It ain't going nowhere. It's not going anywhere. If you sit there, it's not going anywhere.
You know what? I think too, like also like being so aware of things. I used to have a girlfriend that had it set in her mind that she was gonna quit this job and leave and go to another country, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she told everybody, "I'm leaving, I'm out by the end of this month, I'm gone. Get ready for me." Boom, boom, boom. Came around, she ain't going nowhere.
Wow.
And I remember just, I mean, of course, I would never say nothing, but I remember people's reaction and how they treated her after. Not poorly, but
Mm-hmm.
everybody was like, "What's up?"
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah.
know, like, quickly after that, she actually quit the job. And
Oh,
I know
wow.
a big part of that was because she bet on herself and couldn't come through.
Mm-hmm.
She
Mm-hmm.
had a moment where literally she got too big for herself and herself couldn't make it happen. She could have made it happen, but we all have that borderline fear. We all have those things that kind of bring us back to, our imposter syndromes or our insecurities that are telling us like, nah, 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 nah. We
Yeah.
not doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
even just seeing moments like that, that's why for me, once I saw that and I saw how the tone changed and how she even changed in regards to like, damn, I let myself down.
Mm-hmm.
I knew from that moment that like for me, when I set hard goals, like I have to do them.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
have to do them because if I
Mm-hmm.
don't, they will never get done.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then how embarrassing is that if I'm talking about it and I put it into the universe and I make it my my scope, and now I got to think of excuses as to the reason why I didn't do it.
Mm. But you know what, Nikki? You posted something. Failure is part of the process.
That's true.
Summarize it. It's part of the process. So even though that's heartbreaking, because even though that she went through and she talked herself all up and stuff, um, she has to have a moment where she comes back.
That's true.
She has to have a moment when you come back because we all have these goals, and you call them hard goals. I have soft and hard goals that, and like yourself, 5 pounds. I say, okay, I'm gonna lose 10 pounds. I'm gonna keep saying it until I lose it. I, it doesn't matter when I lose it to me, okay, because that's
Yeah.
my own thing. So in that in line goes with the insecurity and stuff. So I don't have any insecurity about how I look, what I weigh, or none of that. Because my mom, bless her heart, she was one of those women. You want a mama like my mama. She was one of the women. She was like your biggest cheerleader. You didn't have no bad days. You didn't have no bad days where you didn't look good. My mama always told me I look good. So
I love
eh,
that.
I can wake up and tell my husband, "Oh, I know I look good."
Ooh.
But that's just part of.
Mm-hmm.
So that's in my makeup, right? So that's why
Yeah.
I said it doesn't matter when I lose the 10 pounds. If I said I'm gonna lose 10 pounds, whenever I lose it, that's when I'm gonna start telling you, "Girl, I lost 10 pounds."
I mean, listen, I feel you. I think a failure is different though than completion. I think my bad. I'm trying to get my phone charger. You can tell I'm not a production. When we in the studio, I'm a damn lie. We ain't got no damn studio. But
You're on your way.
is
You're on your way.
huh?
Y'all said you're on your way.
I'm on my way. But I'm just saying, I
Yeah.
think failure is one of those things that, of course, comes with it, right? Like, we have
Mm-hmm.
done many things and we still gonna do a lot of things, especially with Girltellme, that is gonna fail.
Mm-hmm. Good.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Good.
shit,
Yeah.
Girltellme something came from just hearing from so many people saying, like, Nick, you're real, you're great with talking to people. Why don't you get on more videos? And I was like, all right,
There you
fuck it, we'll
go.
try it,
That was
But
your aha moment.
we'll throw it in there. we'll throw it in there. We'll throw it in there.
Okay.
But I will say that, like, I think at the end of it, if you are completing, if you are actually going towards what you're saying that you're going to do,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, things start to add up, things start to make more sense, things start to come into a better light of having those aha moments that you're like, I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
And you do have to, those hard ones, that the hard goals that you're talking about. I have goals every year. So, we all have those vision boards or those goals that you set up, that I'm going to be intentional about completing these things throughout the year, right?
Yeah.
So some of us, I can't look at that hard goal every day unless I'm doing something toward it. That's
Yep.
what makes it, something that I could see
Right.
feasible.
Yeah.
Because if it's just up there and I'm not doing anything, if it's like, okay, I'm going to get me another job, if I'm not putting in resumes and updating my resume, filling out applications, guess what? You're not doing anything toward that goal. So you have to, that could also be another aha moment where you say, you know what, I'm going to stop being lazy. If it's going back to school, I'm going to go back to school. If it's getting another job, I'm going to physically make sure I apply to at least 5 jobs. I mean, put it on your list to do. If you're a check boxer where you check box these things, that's fine. If you leave yourself a voicemail, leave yourself a text, or put a post-it note, whatever is your thing, that's what you have to be intentional about doing. So
Yeah.
sometimes we have to create those aha moments, right?
Oh, yeah.
You have to create them. Just like somebody told you about the Girltellme. I mean, you said, "Oh yeah, let's go ahead and do it." So the whole time, I bet you're still kind of like, all right, let's see how this is gonna go. You
Yeah.
just kind of feel your way through it, right? You
Yeah.
feel your way through it, and you keep doing it. Keep doing it, like small successes. You just keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. And it gets easier, easier, bigger, bigger, bigger. Book, publish, speaking. I mean, girl, this is Nikki. This is, did you see that? I saw all of that.
You know what? You know what's funny though? It's funny because, like you said, things start to line up, right? I feel like I'm different. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like my angst, the way I think about things, the just everything. I'm just looking at things so differently. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to see things are coming together. But
Yeah.
the funny thing is that, people do have aha moments. Some people can, people like you, people like me,
Mm-hmm.
because we are so determined,
Mm-hmm.
we're like, that's an aha moment right there.
Mm-hmm.
That is something,
Mm-hmm.
right? The
Mm-hmm.
problem is you have to be willing to see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you don't see the aha moment, you
Yeah.
will miss all the clues and the signs if you're
Uh-huh.
doing the right thing or not. And that I also think is a key piece in having aha moments,
Mm-hmm.
is
I
being able
think
to
so too. I
recognize it.
like what you said. You have to be able to see it. Mm-hmm. That's good. But guess what, Nikki? You
What?
know what I love about being able, even if you can't see it, that's where this network comes into play. And like we're
Mm-hmm.
talking, and you be like, girl, so when I hear something, I'm like, ooh, that's good. Ooh, that's good.
Yep.
Ooh, that's good. And I might say it 3 or 4 times until you get on. You be like, yeah, that's good. Yeah,
Yep.
that's right. Come
Yeah.
on.
No,
Because
it's
sometimes
so
you need
true.
somebody else to bring that awareness to you, to say,
Yes.
oh, just like you said, a girlfriend told you, you ought to do this, do more videos.
It's crazy because, I mean, just like you said, right? Like, I think some of the times when I feel most down, or when I'm kind of
Mm-hmm.
like, can I do this? Is this really going to happen for myself? I'll get a random email or a random, DM that's like, because of you, I finished my book. And I'm like,
You can
girl,
say,
it's
I can
crazy.
do this too then. You finish your
Listen,
book, I'm going to finish mine.
yeah,
Right.
no, but for real, for real. And I'm
Yes.
like, sometimes it's, like I said, it's intimidating when people are like, you're a micro influencer. I'm like, don't fucking put that shit in my
Don't put
name.
no label on me.
Don't
Don't
put
put no
no
label on
label
me.
on me.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
want none of that. And very tiny, minuscule, small scale. But I also understand too when celebrities are like, I'm not a role model.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just doing my thing and
Yeah.
hoping that I get paid.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
So, but I thought it was so important and so amazing that you came forward and you were like, I want to talk about aha moments.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
want to talk about them. I want to talk about how beneficial they are. I want to talk
Yeah.
about how people around you can give you those aha moments. And then
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you got to create your own.
Yeah, you do. You
So
do.
can you give an example to people of one that you had to create?
One that I had to create, I think, was a time when I guess this was recent. And well, I guess about a year ago. About a year ago. Um, I was thinking about, no, it was about 2 years ago. So I was watching one of those nights where I couldn't sleep. And I saw this commercial and it had the woman, you probably seen the poster with the woman with her fist up, like girls can do anything. Women, I still believe women can do
Rosie
anything.
the Riveter.
Yeah, yeah,
Rosie the
yeah. So
Riveter.
it was one of those posters. And it was on a college commercial. And I was like, man. So I'm always intrigued when I see women doing great things because I am like I told you, I'm the biggest cheerleader, right? You want me on your team to cheer you on, right?
I love it.
Um,
Yeah.
so I saw that. It was one late night. I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go back to school to finish my degree because I only had an associate's to begin with because then I had to put my oldest to school. She graduated, praise God. Then my husband finished, he graduated, praise God. And it was just one of them random nights, Nikki. I said, you know what? I think I'm gonna finish school because I hit a ceiling professionally. I hit a
Yeah.
ceiling. So I was like, so in order to be at that table, one thing that was blocking me was the education piece. So I said, okay, I'm going to get to that table. So then there will be no more excuses.
Correct.
So my aha moment was take away the excuses and get what you need to be at the table.
Oof.
That's
Ugh.
good, right?
Ugh. Eh.
That's
That's real good. You're making me nauseous. That's good.
I know, right?
That was
So
good.
I know. So that was like two, and that was like me. It was like me by myself, even though we were watching TV. But it was like I was the only one experiencing this moment. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. And not only did I just do it, Nikki. I mean, I graduated with honors, summa cum laude. So I was one of them
Ooh,
smart ones. I was
she's
like,
speaking Latin. She's speaking
yeah.
Latin.
So, so that was like one of the most profitable things that I actually took a hold of. Now, mind you, Nikki, I'd seen that commercial many times before because I thought about it after I'd already enrolled and was doing the classes. I was thinking,
Mm-hmm.
what was the one thing that made me just do it? You know what it was?
What?
It was the fear of not getting what I wanted. So that propelled me, that made me do something.
Mm-hmm.
So even
I
though I
like
was
that.
scared, I was like, you know what? No, it's not going. I'm not going to be able to get something just because I'm scared. No,
Man.
no. So I said, no, I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna do this. So I did it. The guy did it.
Listen, applaud. Many applauds for you. Listen, I
Yes.
didn't tell you this, but you have a very beautiful spirit. I
Oh,
love it.
thank
I
you.
want to
Thank
take that
you.
shit, put it in a bottle, and spray it on me like a Victoria mist or some shit like that.
I
It's
love
really
that. Like a mist.
no, like a mist, like a fucking Victoria's Secret Bath and Body
There
Works
you
mist
go. There
after the
you go.
shower. It's
I
beautiful.
thank you so much. I told you I am like a because you know what? I truly, because I have people in my network who just truly just love me and cheer me on, support me, and I see the people when you're in their corner and you're cheering them on, say, Nikki, girl, you could do this. Girl, finish that book. Do you know once you finish it, you're gonna have somebody who can edit it. You're gonna have somebody who can do your cover design. Do you know you could do this? Yeah, right, right, yeah, right. See, just like
Listen,
that.
listen though. I will say we got to give a shout out to people in our tribes because I've
We do.
learned, and I think you also know this as well, people are not common. Supportive
Yeah.
people are not as common as we think they are. People who
Oh,
are in your
right.
corner, people who remind you of what you're trying to do, people who know your insecurities, know your fears, and tell you that they're not big enough, that you're bigger than them.
Yeah.
It's not common.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why people like you, people like
Mm-hmm.
Girltellme are more successful
Mm-hmm.
because of the lack of support that people, especially women, are getting from other women.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Why is that?
Girl, I don't know.
Oh,
I'm like, we can all sit at this table, we can all build it together.
yes. And do
You
you
know what I'm
know it'll be
saying?
so much bigger together? So
Oh
much bigger
my.
together. Let me tell you, Nikki, another one of my aha moments is being an author. One thing that I did notice that a lot of people didn't read. So I was thinking, how do you not read? So I grew up with my grandma raised me. So my grandma always told me reading a book was the cheapest way to go on vacation. She said, "Oh, you could travel the
I
world if you
love
just
that.
read." Yeah,
Yeah.
just read. So of course that's what I did. So I love reading. Taught that to all three of my girls. All of them were all just like what we call book snobs. But one thing I noticed is that one, people didn't read, and that two, when I bumped into other authors, they were just didn't want to share their information, closed mouth. That used to run me so hot. I
Oh my
used to
gosh,
think,
yes.
if you knew this wasn't gonna work, why you didn't tell me? Why you let me go out there and fall? I mean, when you had the information that would have prevented it.
Yeah.
So that is one of my pet peeves as an author. I'm gonna tell you, girl, no, you might not want to do that. Try this instead.
Yep.
So I'm one of them that
You
if
should
I didn't
be.
learned it, I'm gonna hear it. Do it this way. Do it this way. So you don't have to go through all of that stuff that I had to go through. I'm
Oh
all
yeah.
about giving me some free information. Tell me
Oh
how I
yeah.
can make it better. Don't let
You
me
know,
have to go through it.
it's really crazy too because I always tell people like the one thing I've learned is you only get better by having more people in your corner.
Right.
And how you get people in your corner is by talking to them, sharing your experiences, being
Yeah.
open, being honest. Like
Hmm.
why you ain't first of all, even the person who holds all the secrets don't know everything.
Hmm. Right.
So why you
Right.
being stingy?
Hmm. Hmm.
You know, that's my
Share
favorite
it.
thing. Share that shit. Give me that
Yeah.
shit. Give it to
Hmm.
me. I
Yeah.
want it. Because you know what you're gonna remember is that
Right.
you're gonna be put on in your own way
Yeah.
because you are a supporter and because you do those things. And
Right.
when you sit back there and you like, hey girl, and you're like,
Hmm.
even though I'm still gonna bring you in, hey girl, what's up? This hating
Yeah.
asshole, she a part of our crew now. But
Right.
you get more flies with honey, bees with
Yeah.
honey, flies with
Yeah.
honey,
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know.
Bees with honey.
Bees
Bees
with
with honey
honey.
flies too. But still, you said it exactly right. When we have to be a network of women where we actually congratulate each other and cheer each other on and help one another because together we can do anything.
Oh, I
And when I
know.
say we, I'm talking women, men. You can always do more with a group instead of one. You can get more work done if you're just
Oh
willing
my
to
gosh,
share
yeah.
it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, when we're talking about those aha moments of like who you are and what your purpose is and what you want to do, I think one thing that we wanna and I always have to remember this and also when I share it with other people is that whatever you want for yourself, do it for somebody else because it will always come back to you. If it doesn't come back to you, it might come back to your kids, might come back to your next husband. You married now, Nikki?
Nope.
You want to get married, right?
Um, I'm open to it, but I'm just in such a different place that I would love to be married again, but I ain't just marrying what I've been dealing with so far.
No, you gotta wait till
Mm-mm.
till your another one come in. This might be off topic, but um, my first husband, I told you he died of stomach cancer, right? But my second one, the one I'm married to now, it'll be 14 years of September 8th. Woohoo!
Beautiful.
I know I call him my boyfriend. So he's not only my
Oh,
husband, he's my boyfriend. I like him. I really like him.
that's
So
exciting.
I'm telling you, he is total opposite. than my first one. He's like my dream man. I mean, I still get excited when I see
Ooh.
him and just like,
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh.
he's still like you know how you used to get butterflies when you was dating this
Girl, I
person.
see you
He
talking
still
about him.
do
I'm
that.
jealous as
I
hell.
like
Listen,
him.
you get me jealous right now. You making me mad jealous. The way
So
you
I
talking about
said,
him and you cutting it, you like, oh, I like him and he
I
will. I'm like,
do.
okay, we hear you. You're in
I
love. Great to
do. I
hear.
do. I do. When I introduce him, I call him my boyfriend. And I also do call him King too, because he's the king of this house. We got all girls, so he's truly the man of the house.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
he
beautiful though.
yeah. So
I just keep telling my soulmate he need to hurry the fuck up because I'm gonna be pissed off when I meet him. I'm gonna be like, you
no,
took
you're
way
not.
too long.
No, you oh girl. It's gonna be so nice. It's gonna be so nice.
Listen, I'm gonna call you first, and I'm
No,
gonna be
yeah,
like,
you
"Girl,
about to. You about
I got daddy here. He's my boyfriend, my king. We ain't got no kids, but he's my
right, right. I'm telling you, it'll be so nice. So I said that to bring in the power of words again. Is because I knew even after my first husband, I knew that I was going to get married again. I didn't know how. It wasn't like I was out there looking because I just after he died, I just went hard into volunteering and working, raising my daughter. Really didn't have the mindset of it, but I knew I wanted to have another husband. But I wanted a different type of husband.
king." Of course.
I wanted one who could support, who I was, every bit of me, good, bad,
You were
ugly,
different.
indifferent, all that. All that. I wanted him to be able to handle all that and know how to handle it, right? And then be somebody that I could follow, right? Because strong women, we need somebody who we know you got your stuff together and you can handle it,
Yeah,
in case I slip. So
of
I
course.
start saying that and I start telling my girlfriend, I said, oh, yeah, I'm going to get married again. I don't know when, because they would look at me kind of crazy, like, Camellia, you're not even dating. How are you going to get married again? I said, I don't know, but I know I'm going to get married again. He going to wear a size 10 ring and we're going to, live it up. He going to be madly in love with me. I am living that. I am living that.
Okay, I gotta start saying that stuff.
I'm telling you, I'm living it.
But I call
14
him
years
Mr.
later.
Frias. Is that okay? Can I call him Mr. Frias? Because that's my last name. He's Mr. Frias.
But yeah. When I used to go to church, I used to save a seat right next to me and they'll say, is anybody sitting there? Yeah, that's my husband. He's sitting there. I hadn't met him yet.
I love that. Oh my gosh, I love that.
Hadn't met him yet.
I could literally talk to you all day long. This
I
has been
know.
beautiful.
Oh, I'm so
Okay, so
glad you
listen,
had me on.
we got 6 minutes left.
Okay.
I
Six
want you to
minutes.
plug all your
6 minutes.
books. I want you to talk about where people can get it.
Okay.
We want to help pay your bills.
All right.
Your fun bill, you and
Yeah.
King's vacation bills.
I
So
know.
plug it, all these things. We're gonna, after this I promote it, I push it out there. Don't worry. So
Okay.
let everybody know about what you got going on. Freaking Yoda, teach me. See, girl, look, you about to. She's a sensei. Don't play with her. Don't play with her, Rachel. She's a damn sensei. Y'all better move over for my husband.
You better say that. You better say that. So listen.
Sponsored
So my
halls.
thank you so much, Nikki, for having me. My name is
No, go
Hi.
ahead. Sorry, I'm talking that shit. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, my name is Camellia Varnado. You can find me on Instagram with Clash to Butterfly. My email address, I mean, not my email address, but my website is CameliaVarnado.com. That's CameliaVarnado. V is in Victor, ARNADO.com, CameliaVarnado.com. So I do a lot of public speaking. I do a lot of volunteering. Me and my husband slash boyfriend are marriage mentors as well. So we mentor young couples that are who are engaged or like in a 0 to 5 years of their marriage, just to kind of help them out. We do that. So I've written 5 books, as I talked to what I was telling Nikki. My first one is titled What Now? And all of my books are available on Amazon.com. So my first one is entitled What Now? It talks about a time when I lost my first husband to stomach cancer, and it goes through that whole healing process that that I was able to go through, and literally, like Nikki says, I look like a totally different person now. My second book is called Again Promiscuous Grace. That is a book about my wild life after after my first husband died, and it was just one of those books where I was just wild out there and just totally mad about what had happened in my life. So that's another book. It's called Again Promiscuous Grace. My third book is called Clash, the clash of the butterfly, caterpillar and butterfly. And it's because life will cause a collision. We have so many collisions in life. And if we stop at that collided space, we'll never see that butterfly that we were meant to be. We have
Mm.
so many butterfly moments that are already inside of us. And we have to learn from that hard, dark place so we can evolve. And it's a teachable time. So that's my third book. Now my two children books are about bullying because my baby was bullied and I wrote a book about it. It's like one of those mad mama bear books. But my first one is called Sally the Super Ladybug. It's written more toward the audience of kids 3, 4, 5, where they know how to play with any kids who are different than they are. So that's about bullying. It's about Sally and the little ladybug. And I continue the story with my second children's book when it talks about Sally and the farmer. And that talks a lot about children playing together and accepting one another, who they are, no matter of your differences, and realizing that every person has a gift. So I talk a little bit about that, but in a children's language, so they're here to understand that. Now, one of the best things that I was able to do with those children's books is that before COVID, I was actually able to go into some of the daycares and read the books and the story to kids.
Oh my
And
gosh, I love that.
oh, Nikki, let me tell you real quickly about this one. So one daycare I went into, I read the book to them, and then I did an activity. So mind you, right when I walked in, I already knew who the bully was, but I just kind of took it. And that's what made me do the exercise. So I got all the kids. These kids were like 7, 8 years old. So I got all the kids. I said, sit down. We're gonna draw something. Everybody got some green construction paper. After I read the book to them, I said, now y'all draw. Tell me, do you recognize anybody in the story? Who is Sally? Who is the bully? Who is the mean person? Draw that for me. And we're going to all talk about it and have some fun. Nikki, every child drew that one person. One person.
Wow.
That's exactly what I said. I said, wow. One little guy drew it so good with the little spiked hair and everything. I said, yep, it's about right. So after that, I made it fun, gave candy out and all that. But I talked to the teacher who was in charge. I said, hey, let me talk to you about something. So I showed her all the pictures and she said, yeah, I know we do. So then that went on to a narrative where I'm getting a chance to talk to the teachers, talk to the director at the center. And so we can kind of help figure out why we have one student who's affecting your whole class. And
Yeah.
that's acceptable. It's not acceptable.
No.
So long story short, the director was able to talk to the parent. Turned out the bully was being bullied at home. So they had to handle
Wow.
that on another level. So but you see how that opened the door.
Oh my
uh,
gosh, yeah.
so you see how writing your story, yeah, that
Yeah.
that right there, you see how it opens the door.
It
I mean,
really does. And it's kind of, if we even think about it like from a broad perspective, like you could have probably changed one of these kids' lives or many of these kids' lives just from that exercise, from pinpointing who it is
I
and
hope
kind
so.
of
Yeah,
just, so
yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah, I hope so. So that's Camellia Varnado in a nutshell.
You're
So I'm
amazing.
always available. Thank you so much. I'm always available on email, Instagram. Send me something. I do respond. As you can see, I love to laugh and joke around, because I want to inspire. The bottom line is inspire and hoping and just
Well, shit, you did it for me today. You inspired me.
You inspired me, girl. That's why I was like, hey, get me on there. Get me
We
on
here.
there. I want
We
to. I
here.
want to get on there.
Well, listen, I think that this is the beginning of a great journey for you and me. And
Yep.
I'm happy that, you know, our journey, we've crossed paths.
Mhm.
And I can't wait to hear about your story. And I can't wait to keep you included on mine.
Okay, okay. And tell me about that book, and I'm gonna tell you about mine. Okay, finish it, Nikki. Okay.
Oh, don't worry, girl. I'm
Go,
going to send you a
go, go,
DM
go,
after this.
go through the whole process.
I'm
Okay.
going to send you a DM after this. Okay. I got you.
Okay. All right. Please do
All right,
that.
guys. Thank you so much. Camellia, you are beautiful. You are amazing. Check her out. I will post all this stuff so you guys can follow her, support her, and put it into her and King's Fund to go to Bora Bora. Okay? Pay these
Oh, I
women's
love
bills.
Bora Bora.
I got you. I
Yeah.
got you. You guys, this was Girl Tell Me Something. And we'll be back next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Bye. Bye,
Bye.
Camellia.
Thank you, Nikki. Talk to you
Bye.
later. Bye.